fox. We call them chopsticks cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause
With the eyes of the world watching, it's time for the biggest event of the year as we're proud to welcome you to the Super Bowl. Tonight, with a hallowed Lombardi trophy in the building, it's a battle to raise it at midfield between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Jets. The moment has finally arrived, football fans. Time to close out another season, and we're underway in Super Bowl 62. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They'll run it with Henderson. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Kate, if that first play is any indicator, this offense is going to have one heck of a field day. I'm talking a big chunk of yards on the ground and some big-time confidence, too.
Ready? 60 by 60.
Going to the ground again on first. He netted 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
70 Timberwolf, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cop, Dragon 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Mustang 19.
He'll look to throw. Seahawks swarming him, and down he goes. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
Well, the first sack of the game, Kate, as you just called, is a big one. They're going to make this guy pay if he's trying to play too much hero ball. Got to find a way to get the ball out of your hand.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. Third and long for him here. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets.
And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end.
He lost the football. Oh, and this will be a turnover. It's recovered by the kicking team. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, Shaggy.
Shotgun handoff to Henderson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Ready up.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Let's go now. Go.
Sticking with Henderson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
19 tight. 19. Shut up. 60 even. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Throw here, third down. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it's good for a New York first down.
Jake, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Henderson here from the gun. He dodged the tackle. He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Jets first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Let's go. 70 Lions.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Staying on the ground here with Henderson. And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns. And that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback.
Take over first and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
Ready up.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. First and 10.
Here we go. Blue 30. Come on. Come on. 10.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. No one's around him. He's got space. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10.
Ready. Set. Go.
Now here he goes on the boot. Flushed out of the pocket. And he runs out of bounds a yard or two behind the line. Couldn't get all the way back. That's going to count as a sack.
You know, that's the type of pressure that can really wreck a series. Offensively, takes you off schedule. Defensively, well, it's an early down, and he's chased all the way to the edge and doesn't throw it away before he's out of bounds. Now they keep bringing that defense, the heat, right after him.
Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Set. Yellow. Hut.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. This great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Now a pause to attend to an injured player, and this is a worrying sight. It is Saquon Barkley who was hurt on the play. They've got first down here from the 36.
Ready. Ready. Smash. Red. 60. Ready.
Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
62 blue. Blue striker. Hut.
Drawing up the design keeper. Pop behind the line here on second down, which is only going to make things tougher for this third down coming up. And that right there, an early look at somebody who might just be the impact player in this ballgame.
Yeah, there's no question this strong safety loves to come downhill. Now, as an offense, you've got to adjust. You've got to throw over the top if he's willing to be that aggressive.
Ready.
To the air, Lance. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him pulling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Shot 10, flag. Ready.
From the red zone on 1st. Catch made. And he'll go down shy the end zone. They mark him at the 4. We've reached the end of the first quarter of Super Bowl 62. 7-0 is our score. Back to Miami in just a moment.
Ready.
Welcome back, all. Second quarter of Super Bowl 62 just moments away. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. He tries to sneak it, and the defense holds, Brock. They catch him at the 4. He only gets back to that line of scrimmage.
You get stuffed on a 2nd and 1 QB sneak, that puts a little seed of doubt in everyone's mind in that offensive huddle. Makes the quarterback think, did I miss the hole? Makes those linemen think, did I just get blown off the ball? Too much thinking means not enough execution.
This is going to be play number 9 of this drive, and we could see a 10th if they can get a yard here on 3rd down. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And this drive is going to continue. He's taken down at the 2 on 3rd down. They've got themselves a 1st and goal.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Come on, set, clock, 10, yellow, hut.
QB sneak coming. And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker.
That's all you could really expect from the sneak, Kate. 1, maybe a couple yards. So in that way, their job was executed. But the play call, that leaves me, and I think many, scratching our heads.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Down, set.
Barkley. And he's in for the touchdown. The Seahawks finish off their opening drive. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. The Jets take their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Jake Moody on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. This return starts at the 5. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. That is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30.
26-yard line.
New York to the line. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground with Henderson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Dropping back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Cowboy 80. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Here he goes, third and long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to have this out near the 40, just a little bit short of it. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Four yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Hawks 70. Hawks.
Give now to Henderson. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Up to the ground by Nick Emanwari.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. And this could have been much, much more exciting.
Seahawks opting for a 5th DB nickel set for this third down play.
70 range. 70 range. Go.
Trying to throw this from the gun. He finds his running back, Henderson. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball, make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. It's Henderson on the give. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good for a New York first down.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Henderson. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Jump off caught by his back. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be third and longer. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're first to 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Cup 19, Cup 19. 7 Pirate, 7 Pirate. Dragon 60. Take go.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Drop this Henderson underneath. And that will not be enough for a first down. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Field goal attempts coming now from Younghoe Koo. This will be around a 33-yarder for him. Koo able to put it through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10.
Black 40. Ready?
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line.
Blue striker. Hut.
Looking to throw Lance. Finally caught, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Jets. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Okay, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Pass play now. Setting up the screen with Henderson. Down the sideline inside the 30. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Jets first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Shotgun snap, they'll throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
I got a sense, Kate. He went to bed last night dreaming, can I get a sack? Can I find a way to get to the quarterback? Well, he didn't do it just once. He's now done it twice.
This is Henderson on 2nd down. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third down, and they need to get 10.
Here we go, here we go. Nice. Ready,
Looks like it is on run here for Willis. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. With only 3 seconds remaining, they're going to bring out that field goal unit. Made his first one. This is a little over 40. Koo able to put it through, and that'll double their lead to 6. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, we all enjoyed that halftime show, right, Brock? These guys were strategizing how to win that Lombardi. We're back underway in the Super Bowl. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. First and 10.
50, green.
Throwing his Lance. Escapes the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10.
Let's go. 33, yellow.
Lance. Finally, gonna let this go deep right side. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Here we go, set. Yellow, 43, smash, red, ready.
To the air on third and long. He completes it in traffic. And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be fourth and maybe a yard.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Ready.
Quite the brave call they're making in this situation, Brock. They're going for it on fourth. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision, one they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
Right 40, chop, 7, 10.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10.
560. Down. Ready?
Now it's Lance. Taken in by Norfolk. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still third down is short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
Third and
Strike. Set, hut. Set.
Back to throw, it's Lance. That finds Bash, complete. He's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Field, black. Come on, set. Black, 95, dog red. Green jack. Ready?
Here's Lance now. Man downfield, and he finds Besh. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off with that gain.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. This might be a free play for him. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Picked off by Cody Lindenberg. And they get to him and tackle him on the return, but will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down.
Ready? Cut.
Here's Lance. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up 2nd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Prior pass, no good, so here comes 2nd down.
Here we go. 45. One. Black shot. Smash. Red. Ready.
Pass play coming here. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete.
There was almost no resistance offered against the rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Let's go. 60 red. Check.
Now looking to throw. Intercepted in the end zone! And the Jets are tackled close to their own end zone. But the important thing is they got that football back. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Anderson's going to take this straight ahead. They're going the wrong direction. He's going to be sent backwards to their own 3. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Here's Henderson.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Wouldn't be a comfortable spot to punt it. Can they avoid that by converting here on 3rd? It's a design run for Willis. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
What's that saying, Kate, about discretion? Discretion is the better part of valor. Well, decision-making for quarterbacks is so critical. In that time, excellent discretion. Protect yourself, get the 1st down, and live to play another day.
Viking 18. Warriors 17. Check go.
Shotgun handoff to Henderson. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. They get 16 yards on that play. And it's good for a New York 1st down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Going to the ground again on first. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Huh, Warrior, 70.
Sticking with Henderson. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now.
Here we go, here we go. 60 back, 60 Bobcat.
I'll throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing, because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
They'll bring out the punter here. Austin McNamara will kick this away.
And he's brought down before the return gets far.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Ready. 45. Green gap.
Besh going in motion left.
Cut.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. This is thrown towards a defender instead. Man, he's the one who makes a play on the football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on 1st down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out. That's 16 on the pickup. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Let's go. 33. Yellow. Hut, hut.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Come on, set. Ready.
Throwing it on 2nd down. And it's caught. It's Travis Hunter. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the 1st.
Red. Cycle. Down. Black.
Working now from the gun. Connects with fate. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. A pickup of 17. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 60 red. 60 red. Ready.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
10 cycles. 10 black.
So we've hit the end of 3 in Super Bowl 62. It's Seahawks football. They need to make up this deficit quick for a chance at the title.
Ready.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Here we set.
To the air, lands. That one connects. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Hut, hut.
Oh, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Jets. The 50. 10! And New York takes it back for a touchdown! The Jets make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. They come up with a stand in the red zone, Brock, and that defense, you could just tell, they were on a mission, not just to force that fumble, but to do even more damage on that turnover.
I think we can hear the coaches up here in the booth scoop and score. I think you can read the lips of the players on the sideline scoop and score. There was no thought to just fall on that one. It hit the deck and everybody's eyes looked all the way down the field at the other end zone. And they worked in unison to set up a massive, massive scoop and score touchdown.
19, Seahawks 7.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this first and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Jets are going to be set up and goal to go after a great return down inside the 10.
This is such the back-and-forth nature of this game that we all love. Defense is just infused with confidence. Back-to-back possessions, taking it away, and offensively, boy, you just feel like you're killing your team right now. Got to protect the football.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll try and punch it in. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Ball placed at the 7. It's second and goal.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Take go.
They go with Henderson here. And they'll make this stop after a slow push to the 5. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up third and goal.
Okay, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for third and goal.
70 Warriors, 70. Cup 19, Cup 19.
Gets it again. Escapes a defender. Leo runs it across. Touchdown. The Jets have likely locked up the win right there. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal.
That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. On the move, headed right. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Come on, set.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Has it downfield, working the left. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks get it back to within 2 possessions.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
The Seahawks offense, look at this. They aren't leaving the field, lining up and going for 2.
They'll line up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Fred Warner. And he's brought down up at the 6-yard line.
Those defenders, they're just as excited as the fans when the offense signals they're going for 2. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board. Really show some of that swagger that good defenses have.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And it didn't look like he was seriously considering a return there, did it? So that touchback going to come out to the 35. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Henderson here from the gun. Starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8, 2nd down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. As for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Staying on the ground here with Henderson. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. Now it looks like we're going to need to take a moment, Brock, an injured player on that snap, and it is running back Travion Henderson who's getting looked at. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Go! 70 Lions!
So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
Street! Let's go now!
They give now to Henderson. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
And the fair catch secure here at the 16.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. Right.
Slot man motioned over.
Ready.
To the air now on first and 10. Rolling left, buying some time. Now he takes it. And they're going to catch him right as he gets this to the 30. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
He smartly won't risk anything here. Just chucks this away.
Okay, I gotta believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Full pitch. Dog red. 33. Yellow. Huge. Yellow.
Going again on second and 10. Escapes the pocket. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Down. 45. White. Ready?
Third and long for him here. Finds Hunter downfield. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Seahawks.
43 rail. Rail. Yellow. Check. Cut.
Sticking to the air here. Escapes the pocket. He finds Fant. And on first down, no place to go here. They're going to take him out about a yard behind the line.
That's one of the dangers, Kate, when you're a quarterback and you string a play out like that. Defenders are so fast flow and put so many guys in the neighborhood of your targets that even if you complete the pass, good chance it's not going anywhere.
Offense to the line for second down.
Ready. Watcher. 6. Set.
They are throwing it again. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here he goes, third and long. That's his back. Here's Barkley. Yep, breaks through and breaks away. Keeps it moving. All the way. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks now within one score in the fourth. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Here's a return from the 7. Jukes away from one. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Jets getting ready for this first and 10.
Ready? 70 Lions.
Starting on the ground with Henderson. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4.
Hawk 70.
It's Henderson on the give. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Jets first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Break the trumpet off, then break your off something soon. I got to get my props. Cops come and try to snatch these pics when I roll my house down and run the gram to the next town. They get mad when they come to raid my pad, and I'm up in the night to scam. Gets up the pocket.
Check, hurt, set,
They give now to Henderson. And it's barely anything on that run, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Now, it looks like we're going to need to take a moment, Brock, an injured player on that snap, and it is running back Travion Henderson who's getting looked at. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. The gun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's barely anything on that run, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. So now here's 3rd and 5.
let's go now. 60, 18, ready, 18, ready. Let's take 19. 18, Pioneer. Sixty Bobcat.
He's back to throw. This one's in range, but it gets knocked away. Couldn't connect, and that brings up 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4.
18. Viking, 18.
Play clock getting close to 0. We get a timeout. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up.
Ready, set.
And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it.
70 Timberwolves. Warriors 70. Trap 60, trap 60.
Here he is to throw. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. We've got to keep moving quick here.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that.